Welcome back to my channel, ODJ Lillian. Today, we're going to be talking about those things you should discuss with your partner before marriage. Hope you have watched the previous videos. In marriage, everything should be discussed beforehand. It's not something that you just enter and wish to work out anything anyhow. So you have to discuss how that marriage will be, what it will be like. So let's look at those things that you should discuss with your partner before marriage. First and foremost, you should discuss your expectations, your dreams, your aspirations, those things you want to achieve. I hope you have already prepared yourself. According to our previous video, you've prepared yourself for the marriage, and now you're going to talk to your partner about those your dreams. Okay, for instance, you want to be a fashion designer, or you're already a fashion designer, or whatever you are, whatever you want to achieve in life, you have to discuss it with your partner. And by discussion, I mean that there should be an agreement. There should be an agreement between you and your partner. So you should be able to present all those things, what you want to achieve in the next year, what you want to achieve in the next 2 years, next 5 years. You should be able to discuss it. And let there be a clear agreement. Partner telling someone about something and discussing that thing with that person, they are two different things. So you should discuss it with your partner and tell the person exactly what you want to do in life, especially if you're a woman. It's very necessary so that after marriage you're not going to be having a lot of issues there. So you talk to the person about it and make sure there is an agreement. Secondly, you have to talk about your career. For instance, you are a career woman, you want to be a working class mother, or you want to be a housewife, or whatever you want to be, or you want to relocate to another state, or whatever it is that you want to achieve with your career and your goals. You have to tell your partner about it and have an agreement that after marriage, I'm going to be relocating to this state, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be working, I'm not going to be a housewife. I've seen a lot of issues where men would say they don't want their wife to work, and the woman would be like, I must work. So you have to talk about it now. Are you going to be working? Are you going to be a stay-at-home mom? Are you going to be a career woman? Whatever it is, just talk about it. Then you're going to discuss your faith. That is the next thing, especially if the two parties are from different denominations or different religion. So you have to discuss, are you going to continue with the religion of the man or the denomination of the man, or is the man changing to the woman's own? So there should be a thorough discussion and agreement that after this marriage, this family is going to be going to this church, or we're going to be going to the other church. So there should be an agreement. It's not after marriage and every morning two of you be fighting. Are we going this church? Are we going to that church? And I personally don't believe in that adage or whatever they say that a woman has no denomination and a woman has no religion. A woman has a religion, she has a denomination, she's a human being, and she deserves to be treated right. So there should be an agreement. So if you want your wife to change her denomination after marriage, you have to discuss it with her before that marriage. If you want your husband to change, you have to discuss it with him. It's not after marriage you come and be fighting up and down, arguing up and down. So let there be an agreement that after this marriage, both of us are going to be going to this church or to the other church. So the next thing that you should talk about is the financial management of the house. It is believed that the man should provide and the woman should take care of the house. But personally, I don't think it should be so, because a woman who is working is expected to support her family, irrespective of the man being the provider. So there should be a thorough discussion, especially when the two parties are working and earning income. Maybe you can say the man is bringing 70, the woman 30, whatever. Just discuss it. However you want your family to be run. It's not after marriage. I've seen a lot of men, after marriage, they will say the woman should be bringing the salary and be submitting to them. It is not right. And I want you to know that if you want that kind of marriage, discuss it with the woman before marriage. Whatever you want, however you want her to manage that her income, Talk to her about it before. Let there be an agreement. If she disagreed, then she has disagreed. It's not after marriage you come and be oppressing her or whatever, trying to subject her into doing what she doesn't want to do. Or after marriage, you want to subject your husband into doing. I've seen a lot of women that would be like their husband should be bringing the salary. They knows how better to manage it. So you should discuss your income, your financial management. How are you going to be running the house? How are you going to be stocking the house with foodstuffs, paying the bills, paying all those things? There should be a thorough agreement. So we talk of the next thing that you should talk about is how many children you're going to be having. You know, it sounds simple, but in marriage, it can actually bring up a lot of issues. Like some marriages, the woman will be like, I want 5 children, or I want 10 children, and the man will be like, I want 2. I've seen a couple that were fighting. They were really fighting. They have 2 kids. The man said he doesn't want any more kids, and the woman insisted on having another child. She got pregnant, and the man insisted that she must terminate the pregnancy. So there should be an agreement between two parties. We want 2 kids, we want 3 kids. We are going to be spacing them 3 years or 2 years or 1 year, or whatever you want. Just discuss it with your partner. Let there be an agreement that this is the number of kids we are going to be having, and this is the spacing we want for this marriage. Let there be an agreement between two parties before the marriage. It is very, very important that you discuss it before your marriage. You should also be discussing about relocation, especially in situations that the woman is working somewhere, the man is working in another city. There should be a plan. I've seen a couple, the woman earns more than the man, and after the marriage, the woman insisted that she cannot let go of her big salary for the man's small salary. The man insisted the woman should let go of the big salary and come over and stay with him. Meanwhile, his own salary obviously will not be able to sustain that family. So the woman was insisting that if she let go of that salary, they are basically going to starve. And it led to a lot of crash in their marriage. So you should discuss it with your partner. Are we going? Who is going to be relocating after this marriage? Whose house are we packing into? Let there be an agreement. I just want you to know that in marriage, it is all about understanding. Everything should be discussed thoroughly. Every little thing that matters to you. These points that I just mentioned now are just a few of the points of whatever you're supposed to discuss. But personally, you know those things that are very important to you. Those things that you wouldn't want to let go of. Those your breaking points. You don't want infidelity in your marriage. You have to discuss with your partner. So make it clear to your partner that this is what you want, this is what you don't want. And above all, there is something that you should discuss with your partner. And that thing is that you should call your partner, ask that your partner what is his or her expectation for that marriage. Let the person open up to you. I am expecting this, I'm expecting, of course, any woman that is getting married to you or any man that is getting married to you have his or her own expectation. There are some expectation wants to get fulfilled in that marriage. So I would advise that first of all, you call that person, ask that person, what do you want from me in this marriage? Just sit quietly, no arguments, listen carefully, and note down all those expectations, because that is where the problem will start from. And as you do this, I just want you to be mindful of the fact that no one is perfect. So don't just go and bring up unrealistic expectation and expect your partner to meet up with them. So you should be realistic, you should be rational. So bring up points and the expectations that are achievable. And I want you to also note that in marriage, it is between you and your partner alone. So don't expect your partner to fulfill the needs of your family and the needs of your friends. He or she can do that if he or she feels like. but you shouldn't impose anything like that on your partner. So allow the person to extend kindness to your family if he wishes to. Don't just get married to a man and expect him to come and start paying the school fees of all your siblings. Or you get married to a woman and expect all your siblings to pack in and live with her for her to take care of them. It is not right. And even if there is need for that, you should discuss it before marriage. So I just want you to know that before you say I do, before you enter that marriage, you should discuss everything. No matter how little, anything that matters to you, no matter how little, discuss it and have an agreement. Personally, before I got married to my husband, he had a different denomination from mine, and we had to come to an agreement. And personally, I didn't want to give up my denomination, so I told him I wouldn't be going on with the marriage because of the denomination. And he decided to give up his denomination and come join mine. And it's been years and we are happy like that. So I just want you to know that there is no one who is expected to give up something. Don't expect your partner to give up her career, give up her life, give up everything because she's a woman. That is gender-based violence. So don't expect your woman to give up who she is because she's getting married to you. She's eventually going to turn into a bitter woman and make your life miserable. So allow your woman to be who she is. Allow her to pursue her dreams. Allow your man to pursue his dreams. Don't be a limitation. So don't expect that person to give up her personality or his personality just because they want to marry you. But if the person decides to give up, then it is very nice. But don't pressurize anyone to give up anything. There should be a fair discussion. If you don't like your husband's career, I've seen a woman that was getting married to a man. He works as a marine engineer and he stays underwater for like 6 months. He spends 6 months in the sea, 6 months off sea. So the woman wanted him to change his career. The man said no, and it led to a lot of issues. So you have to talk about it. If you are getting married to a marine engineer, or of course you are going to be seeing him once in a while, so you shouldn't pressurize that person to give up that his career, give up his work for your sake. But if he decides to give up, fine, but you should be rational. Don't pressurize your woman to give up anything. Don't pressurize your man to give up anything. But both of you must come to an agreement. This is what we want for this journey. This is what we don't want. This is our do's. This is our don'ts. We don't want this. We want that. You also have to discuss family issues. Your extended family, who is going to be living with you in case you want someone to live with you. Some couple will discuss and say they don't want any third party in their marriage, not even a house help. And some will say, the man will be like, he wants to live with the siblings. He wants the siblings to pack in with them after marriage. So discuss it. There should be a boundary. So you discuss those boundaries, the boundary of mother-in-law and father-in-law, both from the man's side and from the woman's side. So there should be a boundary for siblings and relatives, including friends. So all those things, you should discuss them. You should also discuss whether you're going to be keeping your friends separately or bringing your friends together as family friends. It is better after marriage, you make your friends family friends. Those who are your friends should also be your wife's friend. Those who are your husband's friends should also be those who are your friends should also be your husband's friend. So it's now a family affair, no longer personal. So those your friends should become family friends. It helps a lot in marriage. So before you say I do, before you walk down that aisle, before you do that traditional marriage, make sure you have discussed everything thoroughly and you have come to a concrete agreement that this is how we want this marriage to be. Don't neglect any little thing. Everything should be discussed. I remain your friend, ODJ Lillian. Thank you for watching.